I'm Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas, except me and my friend Carol from Kdramas Musings podcast are here to usher in another era of K-drama hot takes. That's right, people. We are back with some hot takes. Some are our own hot takes, but most of them are from other people. So, Carol, how are you? How you been?
Hi, I've been good. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to go through this again with you. And I was really surprised by some of the hot takes that we received. So,
yes.
Yeah, ready to get into
They're
it.
quite different from the ones that we covered in part 1 and part 2 before. So it feels like a whole new beast, a whole new animal. But
Yes.
yeah, I agree. I was like, I'm very intrigued by these. And a lot of them will foster more conversation than just so-and-so's a good actor or so-and-so's not a good actor or I think so-and-so looks like a turd or I think this actress, I don't understand the hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so superficial. I think some of the initial hot takes that we covered on part 1 and part 2, this one, I think we're going a little deeper.
Yes, which I love. So thank you for everyone who sent them in. I was like, ooh, these are my people. Okay. We're going We're going a layer deeper. I love it.
I'm excited. All right. So before we do, if this is your first time listening, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Please go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more, including YouTube. We are now on YouTube, so you can get the podcast episodes there. You can get shorts there, actual videos. Like and subscribe on there. And then come and check us out on social media to stay up to date on the latest episodes and reviews. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok, of course, YouTube, at Daebak Pod, DAEBAKPOD. Lastly, if you're a fan, please consider becoming a patron. It's a great way for you to get involved and show your support and get extra content. You can check out the page on patreon.com/TaebakPod. And shout out to my patrons, Curtis, Alana, Lorna, Sammy, Julian number 1, Caitlin, Tanmei, Martha, Delphia, Maria, Sarah, Pam, Julian number 2, Nadira, Matthew, Lauda, Christine, KP, and KG, K-Drama Watcher 2. All right, so we're going to get into this hot takes random freestyle of an episode. And what I will say is I will preface this, just like I did last year, with if you are soft-hearted, don't keep listening. This is not for you. This is going to be a little harsher. This is going to be a little spicier. And again, what prompted this whole thing of hot takes is that we're keeping it strictly to the Patreon feed. Every guest has an opportunity to say their piece and provide a hot take that I can react to. And so there's a whole bunch of hot takes on the Patreon feed. But I took the hot takes question to TikTok last year. The video went viral. It got really tribal in the comments. The animalistic tendencies of people came out. There was a lot of infighting, and it was quite scary. The comment protection features and all of these different things came on, just turned on automatically on the video. I went back to that well of comments because there's thousands upon thousands of comments in there, but I also went back to the comments on a TikTok video from earlier this year that I did the same thing. Different video, different photo, different prompt, but give me your hot takes. And there was quite a few comments on there too. I also solicited hot takes from my patrons. So the first few that I will read are from the patrons of Daebak. But I'll start us off with a hot take. I don't know if you have one in the chamber, Carol, but this is mine. I do not believe in long episodes over an hour long for K-dramas. I think there should be rules and boundaries and broadcast rules in place as if this was actually airing on television. You know what I'm saying? That was how things have always been, and because we're in a streaming era, it's the wild, wild west. You can make an episode an hour and a half long, an hour 40, an hour 20, an hour 10, an hour 12. I don't believe it. You always feel when the episode is too long. And there are precious few cases where I'm like, oh, that extra 13, 15 minutes on the episode over an hour was warranted. That was excellent television. I felt it was well paced. I didn't feel like I was getting superfluous extra stuff. Nobody wants to tell creators no. there's no editors anymore that are over here like, hey, we need to bring this thing down, telling people no. It's not coming from Netflix. It's not coming from Disney Plus. It's not coming from, all of the streamers. And you can feel it. I think it's detrimental to the state of K-dramas. So that is my number one hot take that I'll bring forward.
Part of me agrees with you, and I'll tell you which part doesn't. If it's like made in Korea, Hyunbin, I could sit there for an hour.
Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. Everyone has like, oh, but this drama, oh, but that drama, oh, Crash Landing on You, and all these. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know what would make the dramas better is if we actually put a limit on how long they can be.
You know what? I'll give you that. I agree with you, because I do feel like in this era of K-dramas, they're still trying to find their footing in the streaming world in terms of their flow in the story and also building up the story and where to pause and all these things that makes it not fun for the audience. So we have so much fodder that doesn't really add to the story necessarily, or doesn't move the plot. And then you're just like, you wasted all that time and you're giving me the last 2 episodes with everything. Perfect. With what do you want me to do with that? Sorry.
Oh my God. I should read you this thing that I saw today that I was like raging about with the drama trio. Hang tight. I have it here. So it's a screenshot that I was like, does anybody have threads? I was asking if Caitlin or Liliana had threads because I wanted to see this full post. I don't have threads.
Yeah.
So at Talia Finn _10 said, looking back at photos from other dramas, I realized they literally used the same number of beads too, referring to the historical accuracy controversies toward the end of Perfect Crown, which just finished airing. Perfect Crown. She goes on, which only makes it more obvious that the toxic Delulu fans are just forcing issues. I agree with her up to this point. This is what she goes on to say this. Toxic fans, Delulu fans are just forcing issues because they can't handle the massive success this K-drama achieved right from day one. Say whatever you want, but Perfect Crown already made its mark in K-drama history. The cultural no, she's not even done. The cultural impact is huge. The success proven, and no forced controversy can overshadow what the drama has achieved.
Okay, that's a lot.
And I was like, whoa.
I have comments. Tell it to me. I have comments. Now this, where do I even start? Okay. With this controversy, I feel like specifically, I made a video about it on my Instagram, that I'm blaming partly budgeting, because in budgeting, like the video you and I watched, there's so much going to the lead actors that maybe not enough is going into the research and all the things they could do behind the scenes. To her point specifically about looking at, the other dramas and seeing that it's also nine beads or whatever.
It's 9 beads versus 12 beads.
Versus 12. But specifically to that, I would ask if she had done the research to see if in those dramas was Korea a sovereign state, or were they a vassal state to whatever country it was at that time. Like, there's just, you can't just do blanket things. And here's one thing that I want fans to know. I think that storytelling in Hollywood is very different, because Hollywood has power. Okay, America has power to determine the stories. But in the East, it seems like storytelling, it's soft power, and it's, propaganda, and it's all these things. And if you look at their histories and you read, they're still beefing about their histories. So
no question.
I feel like we're too quick to dismiss it. Just choose your lane. of where you want to have your conversation and stay there. But it's true. Anti-culture is crazy, but it's a little bit more nuanced. That's all I have to say.
So you went for the actual controversy, like talking about how your perception of the whole thing, instead of the fact that The Perfect Crown is making a mark on K-drama history.
You know, there are some things that they don't even deserve to talk about. Like, that part.
I was like, she's on about...
K-drama history is wild.
No. Handle the massive successes K-drama achieved right from day one. Already made its mark in K-drama history. Cultural impact is huge. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Do you know what cultural impact is?
What are you talking
about?
Cultural
impact is people still repeating the lines from Goblin, Coffee Prince, Lovers in Paris, Boys Over Flower. Like, people are still talking about it. I don't know of any line in The Perfect Crown that is worth repeating.
Come on. Yeah.
There's no quotable moment.
It has not entered the zeitgeist. Like, sorry to tell you, Perfect Crown has not, probably will not enter the zeitgeist. No. And I will say, there's a huge sect of people out there that only look at numbers to dictate the success of a project. And in this case, the success of a K-drama. I see you.
Let's say you're even looking.
I see you freaking out. I hear it all the time, constantly. I see people online say, well, whatever, poo-poo to the critics or all of these misgivings that people had over this drama. You're just a hater. They just like invalidate your criticism, your opinion, because they think you're a hater. It made this much money, you know, it was number one for this many months. It shot to the number one charts on Netflix and Hulu / Disney Plus or whatever. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And do you hear yourself, first of all? Second of all, Perfect Crown has made no dent on K-drama history whatsoever. It came and went. Matter of fact, wave at it as it passes into obscurity.
Thank you.
You know, that's what I have to say about that. So that was like twofold. Of like, why are we looking at the numbers, the rankings of things? Like, you're so concerned about that. Instead of it's like, to me, you're arguing my face for quantity versus quality.
This is so sad. I'm speechless. Okay. I'm actually speechless. I wish people were there when we had shows that had impact. And maybe as an oldie, maybe I need to be like, no, this is what impact looks like for this generation. And I should be okay with that. And I wish them the best.
You're literally just like, okay, I fold. I'm not even going to take this on because it's crazy out here in the streets.
I think time will tell. I think in a year, if you are still talking about Perfect Crown, come back to me. Not even a year.
6 months.
In like 2 months.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got the first official hot take that has nothing to do with me or Carol. One of my patrons, Kate B, says 2521 does not have a sad ending. This has spoilers about the ending, she says. Sure, it's bittersweet like any nostalgic love story and real life, ! But it's not sad. There's no tragedy here. It's realistic that someone would not end up with their older high school crush for life. And why would we want that for her? ! Hold that thought, because there were other comments on TikTok about 2521, of course. So at Frida13 says, 2521 wasn't that bad. I think they weren't a good match. And the only sad thing is that the friend group will never be the same again. And at Lema says, 2521 was a good K-drama, but I will forever hate Paek-Yujin. He is one of the worst male leads. Biggest red flag. Carol, I see you smiling. What have you to say about this hot take? It's like a threefold hot take.
You know how I feel about 25,
I know, you
21.
don't write for this show at all.
I don't. And I agree with the first hot take. I don't think it was a sad ending. I don't think they needed to be together.
Mm-hmm.
Baek Hee-jin as a character, the only moment I liked that man was when he was speaking multiple languages in the hotel.
Oh my God.
And homegirl was like, oh my gosh, you speak. That was it.
Oh man.
That was the only moment for me.
Yeah, no.
The rest.
I love this character, and I think it's extreme to say he's one of the worst male leads. Worst. And biggest red flag. Do you hear yourself? What are you talking about?
Hold on. Did this person watch When the Phone Rings?
At Lemma, tell us, did you watch When the Phone Rings from, what was it, last year? Oh,
2 years ago?
I think it was last year. But I think you're dead wrong on that. Like, you can hate Baek Hee-jin all you want. He is objectively not one of the worst male leads and not one of the biggest red flags.
Also, if you watch them back in the day dramas where they grab the girlie's wrists and
those dramas
that were red flags.
Yeah. Like, get real. My patron Yaro says, my tepid hot take is When the Stars Gossip was Lee Min-ho's best K-drama performance. Yes, his overall best performance was probably Pachinko, but it's not a K-drama. I like when actors play against type. Lee Min-ho usually plays a dominant top dog, but in When the Stars Gossip, his character is a hot mess, starting as an underling. Carol, I saw you reacting to this take. Because I think I've not seen When the Stars Gossip, but you have.
You think I have?
Oh, I thought you did.
I dropped it. No, I dropped it episode 1.
Oh, why did I think you
Because I was just like...
Oh, I'm wrong. Okay,
no,
sorry about that.
No, that was a hot mess of garbage. Sorry to anyone who liked it. But it was the first time Lee Min-ho was being poor or playing a poor character. I think Lee Min-ho is in a very, I got money. Yeah. I'm more into this artistic vibe. You know, if it flops, it flops. If it does well, it does well. I'm not attached to it. So When the Stars Gossip was a terrible drama.
Okay, moving on. My patron Matthew says, this is his first take because he gave me 2. First hot take is the writing on Park Bo-young's shows is extremely average, very forgettable in medium to long term.
Wow.
And are only elevated because of her acting. In a few years, people won't remember Our Unwritten Soul properly, and it will just be, and I quote, that twin show.
Wow.
And you know what? Wow. I think he's onto something. I liked Our Unwritten Soul. I did not love it. It did not change my life. It was not in my top dramas from 2025. And yeah, at this point, just a year removed from Our Unwritten Soul, it is the twin show to me. So I would love to know your take. You love Park Bo-young.
You made a post on that. I love Park Bo-young. I saw your post during the Makjang Awards and you were like, it's the twin show. It's going to win because it's a twin show. It's going to follow the Oscars. I'm so hurt by the comment. The take. Yeah. Our Unwritten Soul was not the best. I do agree with that. But I loved Daily Dose of Sunshine and I still remember it. And I loved Oh My Ghostess and
Oh My Ghostess from 2015?
Yes.
Oh, they put a caveat in here. Matthew said, I was meant to preface the spicy take by stating I have not seen Bong Soon. So he hasn't seen Strong Girl Bong Soon, which is like her most famous.
Matthew, please go see Strong Girl Bong Soon. I don't know. I think she's a great emotional actress. She's, hot take.
Oh, shit.
Hot take.
Okay. This is your hot take.
This is my hot take. I like her depiction of depression better than what's her name? Who's always depressed in a show? Oh. The girl who did Vincenzo. Oh. She's always depressed.
I can find it.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
She literally just did a drama where she was depressed again. Not John Do-hwan. No, not John Do-hwan.
Oh, it's close. Jeon Yo-bin.
Yeah.
You think she's always depressed?
Am I lying?
I don't think you're lying, but so you prefer Park Bo-young to other actresses who do the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. I think he's onto something of like most of these dramas, like mellow movie, and so, like these dramas are just gonna pass into obscurity.
Yeah.
You like don't want to say it. You don't want to like, crystal ball it right now. But
no, he's right.
He's on it.
He's right. He's on it.
Yeah.
He's on it. I think her iconic ones are Strong Girl Do Bong-soon and maybe Daily Dose of Sunshine.
Perhaps,
if you really want to stretch it. And the last one would be Oh My Ghostess. But aside those three, she's just really good. And I hope she gets more challenging.
Yeah, he's talking about the writing. The writing is extremely average.
The writing.
On her shows.
Yeah, exactly.
And they just don't stick.
Is her writing more average than Park Min-young?
Why are we bringing Park Min-young into this?
Sorry.
Okay, Matthew's second take. Here we go. 12 episodes dramas are good for Dramaland. The issue is they didn't remove the 3 episodes of fake drama from the end of 16 episode dramas that they fluffed them with to get to 16. They kept it in and reduced the good part down to 8 to 9 episodes, which makes you wish they were 16 to get a fuller story. So, do you understand what he's saying? He's saying 12 episodes is good. It's not the fact that it's 12 episodes now. It's the fact that they didn't remove the fluff episodes. They kept all of that superfluous shit in. They removed the actual like good and compelling parts of shows. So you're like, you know what? Keep it 16.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what's perfect for that? 2 dramas. Perfect Crown and Marry My Husband.
Oh. I couldn't get through Marry My Husband to save my life. I was bored out of my mind. Oh my God. I can't wait to watch the J-drama version.
Really?
Yeah. No, girl. I was like, this is like watching paint dry. I'm dead serious.
Wow.
And I love revenge. I love revenge. And I watched the sister K-drama, which was Perfect Marriage Revenge. And I really loved that Makjang Perfect Marriage Revenge. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I think I was the target audience, but no, I could not stand.
I actually said Marry My Husband was the drama that I think was the first drama for Park Min-young, where the attention is not on her and not necessarily her making the other men look good and go on to have amazing careers while you leave her in the dust.
And I agree because she obviously outshined her male lead co-star.
Ooh, don't get me started on the male lead co-star.
Oh, really? Oh, you got thoughts?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, so you agree with Matt's take on the 12 episodes. It's not about the 12 episodes. It's about the way that the writing is dispersed within the 12 episodes. That still makes you think, what, just go for 16 at this point.
Yes. Okay. And I would say that's due to budgeting constraints and also just the lack of, I guess, flexibility in how do we now build a story for 12 episodes for a streamer?
I have some follow-up hot takes that are related to Matt's hot take. So @J said the 8 to 10 episode dramas are better than the latest 16 episode dramas because they normally fall off at episode 12. It's same
fact,
same but different font. @JM says in Western media, fans always complain about how short seasons are these days. 8 to 10 episodes. My take, like 90% of K-dramas would benefit from this, from being 8 to 10 episodes.
Fact. Yeah. There are dramas out there that I'm just like, this could have been 8. Yeah. I'm trying to think of them because I know I ranted about them when they came out. But even like Marry My Husband could have been 8. Also, I just think with 8, the ones that come out with 8s have such a tight story.
You think.
Let me rephrase. The good ones with experienced writers and actors that are 8 episodes usually have a good story, a tight story.
I can't even like blanket it. I know that some 16 episodes dramas should be less, and I know some 12 episode dramas should be less.
Should be more.
Or should
less,
be more,
yeah.
like conversely, yeah. I can't like make a blanket statement. I think the next hot take it's closer to like my feelings. At Miranda B says, in my opinion, I like them, meaning K-dramas, the way they are. It's what got me hooked years ago. Don't change them to become like American TV. I haven't watched American TV in years once I found KC and J dramas. This is my humble opinion. I see you're covering your mouth. You're like, oh my God.
This is the hill I'm willing to die
No,
on.
this is my hill as well. Like us three. You, me, and Miranda B. Gonna die on this hill. Yeah. And then there's 2 follow-up hot takes. At Rosie Ann _V says, I hate how K-dramas now are so Americanized, especially when they release a K-drama and force it to have a season 2.
Ugh. Yeah.
And then at Jess says, Netflix is ruining the industry. We didn't need Squid Game season 2, Hellbound season 2, etc. We don't need a second season of everything. Carol, I see you chomping at the bit. You're excited.
These are my people. This is what I mean by I found my people.
We've worked our way into, these people have this same exact opinion that we do about K-dramas and how they've become too Americanized. You mentioned watching a video earlier, and I'll try and link it in the show notes as well for people if they want to see it. But it's basically an interview with some movers and shakers, stakeholders, and C-suite folks that are involved in K-drama land. And the fact that we're arguing about 16 versus 12 episodes and the writing and why are they so Americanized now, and people I think who are a little newer to K-dramas will not understand what we're talking about. Fundamentally will not understand. So here's some differences, I would say, is that we had longer episode counts originally in K-drama land. They were 16 or 20 episodes. Sometimes you'd have daily dramas, family dramas, as we call them, that were in the over 100 episodes, over 50 episodes. When you do that, when you have like a set number, 16, 20, 24, or even more, you get character depth. You get story development. You get steady cliffhangers and pacing that balances out high and low stakes. When we're talking about 8 to 12 episodes, you have punchy writing and you have a pilot episode. A pilot episode is very Western. That episode is going to be loaded. It's going to feel more like Western TV with the entire plot and setup given immediately to hook the viewer. That's what a pilot episode is going to do. You're going to be like, oh my God, what happens next? And K-drama land traditionally did not have that. Korean writers are struggling to write TV for a global audience. And this audience is fed on a media diet created by entire writers' rooms, not the singular vision of one person. Mm-hmm. So the K-drama writers are just simply not used to it. They're still struggling to keep up with this weird new model. And historically, K-drama writers have been contracted to write the first 4 episodes, where we would consider, a pitch to a studio or a network, and maybe even having the pilot episode written. That is what a writer will come in and do. Or the pitch will get accepted and then they write a pilot episode. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The fact that K-drama writers are operating on, my story is going to start with the first 4 episodes, that's totally different. And you can see that in older K-dramas where like the first 4 episodes just really set the tone finally. Or you really get where it's going by episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then that's when fans or watchers will be like, I'm going to give it 4 episodes and then I'll tell you if to watch it or not.
Yeah, because Western audience, global audiences don't give it 4 episodes. people who were watching K-drama when it was not Americanized would give it 3-4 episodes before they dropped the show. Now you have it's a quick audition, 1 episode, 2 episodes at most, and if you don't like it, you drop it. That's what the habits are now.
The crazy thing about that is, or the wild thing about that is, if you're giving me 8-episode drama and you're still doing the whole 4 episodes to determine what happens to the rest of the story, and everything gets squished, and then you feel like we don't have enough time.
And then you get shitty season 2s.
Exactly.
Because people are used to multiple seasons in Western television.
Exactly. So I just,
it's frustrating. And the last thing I'll say about the way that K-dramas were written originally is that it was a Korean storytelling, right? That was very, very similar to a Japanese style of storytelling that relied heavily on traditional 4-part structure. Here in the West, we have 3-act structure.
Yeah.
That's not how Korean dramas were structured. They relied heavily on the 4-part structure. And I'm going to butcher this term. It's a Japanese term, kisha tenketsu. It develops narratives through subtle transformations and a central twist rather than relying on direct conflict. What does a global Western, mostly Western audience love? Direct conflict.
Direct conflict.
Yeah. This approach, this style of storytelling that's 4-part in nature, prioritizes emotional growth, atmosphere, and Zen-like balance, avoiding the classic Western hero's journey, focused on overcoming an antagonist and relying on conflict and a climax. Does that sound like K-dramas nowadays? Yes. But it didn't used to be. You didn't used to have the hero's journey. You didn't used to have, all of this conflict and a climax like that. It was not like that a lot of the time. And then the 4-part structure, which makes a lot of sense when the K-drama writers were writing for 4 episodes at a time, basically.
Yeah.
4 times 4 is 16 episodes. So there you go. Here's the 4-part structure. Key, the introduction, introduces the characters and the setting without rushing into action. What do Western and global audiences love? Rushing into action, obviously. Show, which is development. It expands on the premise. The world is explored and characters undergo quiet personal development. Does not that sound like a K-drama? And then the 3rd part is 10, twist, a surprising shift in perspective or a complication occurs. This changes how the audience views the narrative, often introducing a new philosophical or emotional angle rather than a physical enemy. We have crazy eyes right now. And then the last part, which is ketsu, is the resolution or conclusion. It ties the new perspective back to the introduction, allowing the characters and the audience to achieve a moment of reconciliation, peace, or understanding.
And that's a great story. Why the hell do we have to turn it into an American story?
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's my hill that I'm on.
Go.
If I came to you because your storytelling is different from America or Hollywood or Western shows, and then all of a sudden you get American money and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I need to change it to a Hollywood style. Obviously, you're going to lose me. It's kind of like you're just ignoring your magic sauce just so that you can gain acceptance from a larger audience. And why you turning your magic sauce into something that someone will accept, even though they don't really care about you. They care about the numbers and the money. So what happens to the rest of us?
Well, speaking of the munners of the money and the numbers, that is another reason you brought up budgets. The budgets are high because you will not watch anyone but your favorites.
Me personally?
No, I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about the audience.
I was like, whoa.
To the listeners. It's quantifiable. You will not watch a K-drama unless it has bankable stars in it. All of these streamers are data companies. And I've said this before. They have a lot of data on what you will and will not watch.
Yeah, that's true.
This is not an entertainment company. These are data companies. And their data says you will not watch Perfect Crown unless Woo-seok and IU are cast as leads. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's
and so
true.
the budget didn't go necessarily to the hundreds of cast and crew who are day in and day out making this thing happen. It's not going to the writer unless it's a star writer. It's not going to the director unless it's a star director. It's going to the cast. And that's why the budget is so large.
And I do have to say, I do think that prior to Netflix, the budgets were getting tighter, or like, because, you know, money from China wasn't coming in the same way it was before 2016.
Right.
But the appearance fees were not as bad as it is right now. Because back then, I think the highest paying actor was Kim Soo-hyun.
Mm-hmm.
His career right now is on a pause. Okay?
Sure.
But back then, he was the highest paid actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And all these other amazing actors that we know and love were nowhere near or nowhere close to what he was making.
Mm-hmm. The budgets used to be,
so when Netflix came in,
$250 to on the top end $450,000 per episode to make a K-drama. Now $2 million.
Exactly. When they came in with what, the $1 billion investment, and it's like, oh, remember when it was the three broadcasters, NBC, KBS, and
yes,
what's the third one? SBS, and then all of a sudden TVN showed up and
disrupted
it's like
it. Yeah.
All
what we're talking about is like, what is it? State-owned networks, right?
Yes.
What's the equivalent? Like the BBC, basically, is kind of like
the
an
BBC.
Equivalent.
Yeah. Or CTV or whatever.
So there was only a handful, like 2 or 3 in Korea.
Exactly.
And that's where all the K-dramas were funneled.
TVN came in.
Then other broadcasters and networks started coming online. Correct. Like TVN.
And when they came in, they brought a change where they were no longer doing shoot and
simultaneous
show it on TV.
Yeah. Shoot and broadcast within the same week or so.
Shoot and broadcast. Yeah. They were doing film the whole thing, safety, all this stuff.
Yeah, it became
a little bit more money.
More westernized in that respect, where they weren't flying by the seat of their pants and filming
exactly
the week or two before they broadcast the episode.
Air it.
Yeah.
So Netflix coming in with all that money, people were just like, oh, I get to do it Western style of production a little bit or a little bit more. And you're paying me, of course I'm going to want to sign up for your project. And of course, in America, we pay a little bit more for appearance fees. If I give that to you, you're going to be like, damn, I'm that girl or I'm that guy. And then the fees go up.
Mind you, the separate conversation that we're not having is that Netflix doesn't pay residuals like real, true television does.
Yo.
So the same project is not going to feed them 15, 20 years from now if it gets syndicated. That's not the case. There's no syndication in streaming world, you know?
And I wonder if they factor that into
They say that they do. I'm using air quotes. Netflix is like, oh, this fee is going to cover you in perpetuity.
Yo, that's crazy though, because just the amount Squid Game made?
No, it's ridiculous.
They know they're lying to them.
Netflix is never going to show the back end and the numbers and be like, oh, your face was watched for 100 million hours. So here's another check for the 100 million hours, because there's a check for just appearing in the drama. And now here's a check for your residuals. This is how much. No, they will never do that.
No. Damn. So they're leaving money on the table.
Yes. That's why the fees are so high for everything. No one's getting checks after the fact.
Do you know?
Oh, God.
Speaking of fees are high.
Yeah.
You just said we will only watch our faves, which is true. But the opposite of that is All of Us Are Dead, for example. You know that, I don't know his name, forgive me, but you know the character in Alchemy of Souls? He was one of the 4 boys. He was also in All of Us Are Dead.
Yeah, he was like the villain in All of Us Are Dead.
Do you know he was only paid $90?
You see? They're not Netflix is not paying unless you're a name, unless you're IU, unless you're top billing.
That was crazy when I heard it.
Yeah, that sounds, I believe it 100%. It's probably not $90. It's probably a ridiculous number, though. Ridiculously low. All right, we're going to move on. There's a lot more hot takes. At all caps fan says, I loved Lovely Runner, but Woo-seok is not even in my top 10 male actors. He's a decent actor and not the most attractive in my opinion, so don't come for me. I'm a little salty that Kim Hae-sun didn't get more love. That drama isn't what it is without her. We're just looking at each other. Someone responded to this comment and said, yeah, definitely jealousy. Kim Hae-yoon did get love. She confirmed it, so don't piss me off.
Ooh, spicy.
Another person, now it's dogpiling on Woo-seok. At Zero said, I don't get the Woo-seok hype. At Mac, Woo-seok is a mid actor. No one noticed because Kim Hae-yoon carried his acting in that drama, referring to Lovely Runner. I don't know what to say. You just watched him in Perfect Crown. Like, what's your verdict? Oh, no.
I think he was underutilized in The Perfect Crown.
Okay.
I think that show was for IU, and that pisses me off. Woo-seok is a good actor. I would put him higher than Song Kang. That's 100%
I'll tell you that for free. Yeah, same. I'll put Woo-seok before Song Kang for sure.
Or, personally, An Bo-hyun. But you know how I feel about
An Bo-hyun. Ooh, he's not in these hot takes, but you brought him up. Okay.
No, he's not. I do agree with the commenter saying Kim Hae-soo was not giving enough love. And that shows by the opportunities she's getting. My hot take on her is I think she's the new Park Mi-young, where the new younger guys act with her and they go on to have stardom.
Oh, no.
Because
she's a
look at this
stepping
rubbish
stone.
she did with... Yeah. She just did a drama with...
Also, I think we've said her name a couple of different ways. It's Kim Hae-yoon. That's her name.
Kim Hae-yoon.
Yeah, I think the commenters were getting it wrong too, but sorry.
Kim Hae-yoon did a drama with Lomon. First time seeing him, and I was just like, why is this kid, obscurity, doing a drama with homegirl who's been in the business for a long time?
She has been in the business for a long time.
And that's the end of my hot take.
Are you Loman's Pak Solomon? Okay, yeah. The drama you're referring to with both of them is No Tale to Tell.
Oh, that was a terrible...
Okay, we're gonna move on. The next hot take is from Quietly Leaving. This person says, this probably isn't a hot take, but Netflix has the worst translations among platforms to watch K-dramas on. And ever since their success with Crash Landing on You, it feels like they're releasing bland, unmemorable dramas en masse and hoping a few stick.
I said this many times in many ways. Fact. You're just it. And I even said that today.
Did you really? About the translations?
I did. Okay. Not the translations.
Oh, the second half of the topic.
The second part.
Okay. The unmemorable dramas en masse.
Yes. Because it's almost, when I was trying to describe it to my dad, because I was so mad and I was talking to him about it. And I said, you know when non-Ghanaian people visit Ghana and you want to give them like something African, you give them a dashiki. That's what it feels like. It's not authentic. It's just commercialized Hallmark shit. Mm-hmm. And that's what it feels like because thanks to you, you reminded me that Netflix is a tech company and not a storytelling company.
No.
It's about the numbers and the eyeballs. And you definitely changed my perspective on that.
At B says, my dearest shouldn't have been so long.
My dear, go to bed.
Okay. At CC Smile says, what's wrong with Secretary Kim is not good, and yet it remains in the top 10 K-dramas of all time.
Wow.
At Deej It's a dog pile on What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Deej said, I didn't like What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. She first wanted to leave to find her own interests plus have her own life, but ended with her just marrying her arrogant boss who took her for granted. Reina says, so many people recommended What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. I quit 4 episodes in. That man is literally a stalker who won't take no for an answer. I don't understand what's cute and romantic about that.
Okay.
Are you a fan of What's Wrong with Secretary Kim?
I haven't rewatched, but back to point number 1 about, Perfect Crown being what did she say, in the zeitgeist or something like that?
Right. It came and went.
What's Wrong with Secretary Kim at that time was that girl.
I agree. It got hyped after the fact.
Yeah.
There's a whole deep dive on What's Wrong with Secretary Kim on the Daebak feed. Not my favorite drama at all. And I agree with these comments that are like, she wanted to be her own person. She wanted to find her identity outside of this job as a freaking secretary for this narcissist. And in the end, she's still his secretary. Like, it's crazy. So that is nowhere near my top dramas list. I rarely even recommend it.
Yeah, it doesn't stand the test of time. No, it doesn't. I have a question though.
Go ahead.
Is Park Seo-joon a great actor?
Oh Lord, I don't think he's a bad actor. I just don't enjoy seeing him anymore. And we covered Park Seo-joon on the last Hot Takes because some people were like, he gives weird vibes and I don't like him and whatever. I think we said our piece about Park Seo-joon.
Yeah. Okay.
So this person says, romance is, in my opinion, not as well done as it could be and used to be. I don't believe that the female lead and male lead are attracted to each other at all. In a lot of K-dramas, it is usually just 2 good-looking people looking at each other blandly. Ooh, I half-heartedly agree.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say that because I think back in the day, we had the yearning, we had the it's either you or no one. We definitely had more emotion around it. And now it doesn't feel as life-changing in some way.
It's not a large love. It's a small love.
Yeah, it's a small love.
At Quietly Leaving has another hot take. They said sometimes the trope of he's mean because he likes you and you can change him with the power of love is too much.
Oh my God.
And there shouldn't be these 2nd, 3rd, and 4th chances. That's the first take. This is one big paragraph. Cheese in the Trap was ass. That's number 2. The male lead was so toxic. Also, Boys Over Flowers. So shots fired over Boys Over Flowers again. I wanted the female lead to move on so bad. Like, it's beyond just some misunderstanding and crosses into abuse straight to jail. Yeah, like, that's the point. Those guys they're not green flags at all. They're definitely toxic. No. They're definitely problematic. I think it's all or nothing. These used to be a little more like accepted in our society to be able to change somebody for the better and love them through their difficulty and whatnot. We have way less tolerance for this type of story and for this type of behavior in dramas and characters now. We want characters to be perfect. Perfect little angels.
Yeah. I don't think perfect. I do think we want them. I guess the difference would be back in the day we romanticized nonchalant and now we want them to chalant.
I don't think it's even a matter of nonchalant versus chalant or what's the term, a tsundere lead or not. I think it's literally this kind of behavior where, they're a little bit jealous, they're a little bit possessive, they're a little bit like toxic, and there is zero tolerance for that anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
At Casey says, I hate it when I can't find a drama, usually an old one, because one of the leads did something nefarious in real life. I don't want to support that actor, but can I please watch the show? ? You're so excited,
This is
Carol.
such an I'm so excited because I was thinking about it a few days ago. I made a list of the 200 dramas that I have watched that I think are part of the said
zeitgeist. Yeah.
Yeah, and there were a couple of shows with people who fucked up, who messed up and have been canceled and whatnot. And my question is, hey, so because of some man, I should have watched a woman who worked her butt off on the project?
God, Carol, when you put it that way.
No, yeah. No, but that's what it is. Because of one person, all the other hard work of everybody else who worked on it is different if it's like R. Kelly music. I could be like, I'm not listening to R. Kelly. That it's just him. But then when it's a whole project, I think I struggle a little. And listen, I'm not watching the dramas and I'm definitely not recommending the dramas, but I struggle. I struggle because I just know how hard it is for women in the industry. And when a guy messes it up, I'm just like, ugh.
Okay, I'm very soft on cancel culture. Do not generally believe in cancel culture. That's me personally. So watch what you want to watch is my opinion. Find what you want to find wherever you can find it and watch what you want to watch. It's my opinion. You will not be prosecuted. This is not illegal to watch a drama where someone has been canceled. Period. This whole moral superiority business, I don't deal in it. I don't deal in that. So that's me personally.
But if you're looking for an old drama, check Cocoa. There you go.
Also, there's a lot of old dramas on Tubi.
Tubi
sponsor me. I love Tubi. Yeah, it's free with ads. You should definitely check out Tubi for K-dramas because there's a ton of K-dramas on there. Not just like ones from like canceled stars. Anyway, Cyan Ichigo Fies says, I would like a K-drama not about a love triangle. The love triangle thing is played out, and also at the same time, I'm waiting for the male lead to come back and ruin my life, so I'm stringing along. The second male lead in a fake relationship is toxic and confirms the female lead is a huge bird. So that was a run-on sentence, but do you understand what they said?
Yeah.
Okay. And lastly, this is the second part of this. I would like some raunchy plot points. K-dramas are too PG-13. They were cooking with love and leashes. I want more. My favorite J-drama is about a girl who works hard at a media company by day and uses sex as a hobby. She has a roster of 5 FWB that she keeps on rotation because why not, with the shrug emoji. So first thing, love triangles is a basic trope. And it can be done well and it can be done not so well.
Yeah.
The second of all, the fact that you want more raunchy K-dramas and you cited Love and Leashes, which is one of the most vanilla Korean movies that I've seen.
Yes.
I don't think you like K-dramas. This doesn't sound like you like K-dramas. It sounds like you should watch other things. And if you're looking for the BDSM side of K-dramas, you're probably never going to find it. I think there's a handful of dramas that fit that description. You should watch Korean cinema. I'll tell you that right off rip. You should watch Korean cinema because it's no holds barred, gonna give you the raunch and content that's above PG-13.
100%.
Third, you're talking about some J-drama here. J-dramas are all or nothing. Like, it's either very chaste or rated X. Like, I feel like there's no in between. So, yeah, there's that. Do you have anything to add for Cyan?
No, you said everything I was going to say.
Okay. At Saturnine Nymph, another hot take, they're saying most younger male actors 30 and under lack the sex appeal, acting skills, and charisma of older ones. And they named names. They said Ji-sung, Yoo-ji-tae, So-ji-sub, etc. I see you celebrating. I see you excited over this take. You agree? Yeah.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
I agree with it. I just posted a story. This is so funny, but yeah. I just posted a story about it where this Korean actress is interviewing Kim Jae-wook, who is doing Filing for Love.
But Kim Jae-wook is... Oh my God,
Kim
he's so
Jae-wook
fine.
is so sexy.
Oh, so sexy.
Exactly.
Okay, talk to me.
But this female actress interviewing him was saying, you know, you're so sexy. You, Kim Nam-gil, and Joo Ji-hoon.
Oh. Wait, what were the names that she said?
Kim Nam-gil,
okay, Kim
Jae-wook, and Joo Ji-hoon.
Oh, these are like stars in their 40s.
Exactly. Yeah. She was like, y'all are sexy. And Kim Jae-wook was like, no, the younger guys are like really bringing it. And she's like,
no, they're not.
No.
She said
the
no.
Men in their 40s. Yes.
She said no.
She did. She said no. Like, to me, when I see them, I just see them as babies.
Diplomatic. I don't know if
I know,
that
right?
We're aging and the stars that are around our age are a little older than us are the ones that we find attractive. But
not only that.
Look, I'll say this. There's something to be said, putting aside sex appeal, there is something to be said about star power and charisma and presence on screen. And yes, in that respect, younger male actors have a long way to go.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. We'll end it at that.
We'll keep it at that. At Carolina, with 2 L's, the trope where the female lead is tortured by the male lead's friends, family, or ex for basically the entire show and for some reason won't tell the male lead what's happening or actually stand up for herself and leave. It's tired and super frustrating. Some people can't take even a little bit of noble idiocy. They just can't take even a hint of like, why? Why don't you just fess up and tell the truth? Why are you letting these people walk all over you? And it's like, well, I think there's a little bit of nuance and complex dynamics here that you don't want to just insert yourself as the outsider. There's a lot of class differences involved. There's tons of things that could be at play. Yes, this trope is older. Yes, this trope can be done well, or it can be done really badly. Like anything. What say you?
But what she described is a makjang to me.
Very true.
So a good makjang, yes, she'll go through it, but she will have her moment. Mm-hmm. She may die and come back to life and have plastic surgery and be another person and, you know.
Well, there's older K-dramas used to have this trope a lot. And the female lead was just there to get hurt. Yeah. She was a complete punching bag. That was her function. And you're supposed to root for her, right? You're supposed to be like, yes, you're going to get through this, girl. You're going to get that guy. You're going to become rich or whatever it is. It was always aspirational. And I think people don't aspire this anymore, right? They're not like, oh, the goal is to marry a rich guy and for him to fulfill all my deepest desires and get me out of poverty and, you know,
I don't know all the about other that.
Things. It's a goal for me, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next. At LXXFNN says, hate with 4 E's when they break up 0.2 seconds after getting together because of simply not talking to each other or because they're trying to protect each other. Again, people can't handle a little noble idiocy in their lives.
Nope, they can't.
At the Dreamy Bot says, when the drama is on its last episode and they randomly break up and separate for a year and then reconcile? Question mark, question mark, question mark. What is the reason?
And don't get me with, I went to America, so we broke up because of long distance. And a year later, oh, you lose me.
You know, some time jumps work. Like, I remember us talking about the time jump in Coffee Prince, and we were like, you know what? I understand. She wanted to work on herself. They were unevenly matched in a lot of ways. She didn't have an education. She wanted to become a barista and all this stuff. And we were like, okay, we get it. And I think half the time, I understand a time jump. I see you confused.
Yeah. Half the time, I understand the time jump. It's specifically the I'm going to X country, and so we break up.
Mm-hmm. Wait for me.
That part I don't understand.
But wait for me, Carol. There's no such thing as a phone. I have both my hands are cut off. I can't write to you. I can't email you.
This is what I'm saying.
Nothing.
This is what I'm saying.
But wait for me, Carol.
No, I'm not waiting for you, bro. And that's especially when the person is rich. And that's why when in Coffee Prince, he's like, no, you come to me, I'll come to you. Like, I was like, see, it can't be done.
At Adore, I get bored when they get together, so I often don't watch the last few episodes.
Wow.
And I was like, ooh, that's a confession. I respect it, but I also, like, you don't finish a lot of shows then.
So I guess it's the journey to getting there.
Yeah.
Once they're there, I don't care. Yeah.
There's no more angst. This person loves angst. Yeah. You should watch some, C-dramas. The seances are full of angst.
And they'll take forever.
And it'll take a long time for you to drop it when they finally get together. Yeah. You'll have gotten through much more of the show then. At Yell Hughes says, female lead starts off strong, smart, has her wits about herself. Then, last couple of episodes, you wonder where those characteristics went.
Fact. This, K-dramas need to learn from C-dramas.
Oh.
Because I feel their female leads stay smart.
Resourceful.
Yeah.
At Sana says, we have got to stop with the staring/looking at each other that lasts for hours. Maybe it's a cultural thing, but K actors also need to emote more with their faces. It's always subtle or neutral face. That's hurtful.
What do you have against yearning, Sana? Okay.
I didn't like that one. At Nicole143, the K-drama industry needs to be released from the prison that is the table guy and the poor girl enemies to lovers trope. I'm telling you, no one wants to be rich anymore. No one wants to marry into wealth. Nobody at all. Because table guy and poor girl is that. It's the Cinderella story. People bitch about Cinderella stories now. And here's a hot take I'll say about this hot take. Is they're talking about table guy and poor girl enemies to lovers trope. Most table guy or rich guy, poor girl stories are not enemies to lovers. I think a true enemies to lovers has a lot more enemy in it than just mild dislike or annoyance.
Yes. Ooh, you've said something. Go on.
I mean, that's it. Like, people throw around enemies to lovers trope all around. Oh, this is an enemies to lovers. It's like academic rivals. What about that is enemy? That's not enemies, you know?
No.
I'm thinking Shakespearean terms. That's my bar to clear. Is like,
yes.
Do they want to kill each other? Is there some real bad blood here? Are their families at true odds with each other? You know? Yes. That's to me an enemies to lovers. Not, oh, he's so annoying. Oh, he bothers me sometimes. No.
Enemies to lovers is this drama called Secret, where Jisung and I forget homegirl's name, but his lover is killed by the female lead and she goes to prison. That is enemies to lovers. Because I hate you and I want to kill you back for killing the love of my life.
Come on.
But not we work in the office and we are rival co-workers.
People really loose with the enemies to lovers.
Speaking of loose. I just got to get this off my chest.
Go for it.
On TikTok, when I see a video and it says the most anticipated K-drama is coming out.
No, quit.
Who told you it's most anticipated?
No, literally, who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to? Like, where do you get that? Why are you lying to people?
Yeah, are you polling people?
Where are you getting it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think we're too loose with terms.
We are, and it's just people creating clickbait, really.
I guess.
And for us, it's rage bait. It's
exactly
enraging us.
I saw one yesterday.
Yeah.
Sorry. I saw one yesterday saying Lee Jae-wook's new drama is the most anticipated drama of the year.
Off. And what are you talking about? I have had my ear to the ground. I haven't heard anything about it. What do you mean?
Also, an Lee Jae-wook drama? Have you seen his pics recently? What are we talking about? Anyway, that's it. Sorry.
Good luck to him in the military because he's enlisted. At The Real Mido Raya says a lot of popular K-drama is bad because people only like it for the eye candy and not for the plot. Yep. Sure. Agree. At Lexi, here's another like confession style hot take. They said, I start K-dramas at night and if I sleep at any point, dropped. And I was like,
that is the perfect litmus test.
Oh my God.
Perfect litmus test. For real. I better start doing that.
Don't agree with that at all.
What do you mean?
Can you imagine? No. You're literally tucking yourself in, and this, not that this is like a one-off consistently. You're tucking yourself in to sleep at night, and you start a K-drama, and if you fall asleep, you're setting yourself up for failure is what I'm trying to say.
No.
You do this, Carol?
No. I'm coming from, let me defend Lexi. I'm assuming, and Lexi, you'll have to come correct us. I'm assuming Lexi has been watching K-dramas for a long time. And I remember when Goblin was airing, I would stay up till about 3 a.m. because I found a direct live feed of TVN.
Oh my God.
So I would stay up and watch it live on TVN.
Girl, and then you're behind, you're 3 hours behind me.
Exactly.
You're crazy. No.
Yo. And then I would still stay up when it's over because that means it's coming out Western side with subs and I would watch. So dramas used to keep me up.
Yeah.
If you can't keep me up, you're not good. Okay. If I'm not willing to sacrifice sleep for you, you're not that girl.
When you put it that way, I have a bad track record with getting adequate sleep if I'm in the middle of a K-drama binge, but okay. I don't like this test though. I don't think it's fair. Anyway, agree to disagree. Or agreed, I'm half agreeing. At Liar says, I did not like Alchemy of Souls that much. And then someone else commented underneath, at Buckeye Swag, said, I quit watching. It wasn't what it was hyped to be. And I just want to say, Alchemy of Souls came out 3-4 years ago. And finally, my people have arrived that don't like Alchemy of Souls.
Welcome on that train.
Welcome here. Yeah. This is a safe space. I was online and deeply in trouble with the community when I shared my opinions about Alchemy of Souls. It was a rough time. It was a rough time in my life. And so I just want to point out that there's others like me. I'm not the only person. Okay? Thank you for your honesty. At CC said, and this set of hot takes from these three people, I specifically want your opinion because I think they came for your neck a little bit. At CC says, we need more K-dramas like The Glory and The Trunk.
I'm not going to argue that because I loved those shows.
I love The Glory and I really like The Trunk. Then at Bianca says, we need more chilling and well-written dramas like The Glory. I'm sorry, but I tried watching Penthouse and Sky Castle, but they sucked, all caps. Super cliche and very predictable. Where's the effort?
Okay, Miss Bianca.
To follow that one up, at Florencelli said, the Penthouse was exaggerated and too unrealistic. It felt cartoonish. Talk to me, Carol.
First of all, I did drop Penthouse when it got to season 3 and they played in Black people's faces. So, yes, I agree with you, okay? But
You watched the first 2 seasons of Penthouse.
I did.
Yeah.
In fact, we got to interview, it was during the pandemic, so we got to interview, what's his name? The guy who actually played in Black People's Faces, that character. We got to interview him on Clubhouse. So I loved Penthouse because it's a Makjang. It's supposed to be cartoonish. Okay. Now, Sky Castle? You came for Sky Castle?
I was like, not my Sky Castle.
Not Sky
Castle.
I draw the line.
Yeah,
Sky Castle.
I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, you've gone too far. You've gone too far. So I agree that I like the darker, really complex K-dramas, like The Glory in the Trunk. Sure. But then these people don't like the Makjang elements of Penthouse and Sky Castle. Penthouse is like a textbook Makjang.
It is.
Textbook. So the fact that they're like, oh, it's exaggerated and too unrealistic. Fuck realism.
That's what it is.
Fuck realism. We're not there. We're nowhere near. She's around here somewhere, but I haven't seen her. Realism? You want realism in a Makjang?
You're not going to
get it.
Watch something else.
Oh my God. Like, people are watching the wrong genres for them and then bitching about that. About the elements that make it what it is, you know?
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you, Bianca and Florence Silly.
At Sheila MP76, K-dramas and C-dramas, : stop making the female lead act like she's afraid of intimacy.
Oh.
At Miss Gem, aside from the fish kisses that drive me insane, why does everyone go to bed with the lights on? Or fully dressed in long sleeves or sweaters and their slacks? And I think we have to have a conversation about purity culture in Korean dramas.
Yeah. So I think that society-wise in K-dramas, they want to keep that purity because, you know, it's a family show and they're broadcasting it throughout, you know, a typical day. If it has more scenes, it's later on at night. So something like The Married Show, The World of the Married. Was that like 11:30 p.m.? People are gone to bed kind of situation. The raunchiness
it's like Adult Swim.
And the sexiness. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's specifically for the movies. So the whole broadcasting censorship board or whatever, they determine the rules and they're like, hey, we don't want X, Y, and Z and we want fish kisses, which is changing or which has changed quite a bit.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
In terms of being afraid of intimacy, oh, you've said something. I just watched The Practical Guide to Love. That was the most.
You love that show.
It was a beautiful drama. I loved it. It was a beautiful drama, but her character being in her late 30s, having this sense of innocence, I struggled with that a little bit. And I'm just like, I don't know. These people need to go on their deconstruction journey.
I do want to call attention to what Miss Gem said about the sleeping with the lights on, fully dressed in long sleeves or sweaters and their slacks. I have no idea to this day why Koreans and Korean dramas seem to be allergic to pajamas.
They
seem to be allergic to the dark because your girl loves a good PJ and loves sleeping in the pitch darkness. I have blackout curtains. I use them religiously. I can't sleep with any lights on. So, and let alone sleeping in a sweater, sleeping in jeans, denim, slacks, work clothes, what looks like
hoodie.
daytime clothes to me. I'm shaking my head. No. I've never understood.
I think part of it is PPL.
Oh, you think? Like for the clothes?
I think so. Yeah, for the clothes, the fashion. Also, the lighting is just... K-dramas are allergic to darkness. Unless it's a dark show. originally, but unless it's a dark show, even when you look at The Perfect Crown and them going to bed, The Perfect Crown had PJs, but even when they were going to bed, the lights were still on. It's like...
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't get it either.
It's something that I hop, skip, and jump over to this day. So,
yes.
Sorry, Miss Jam. Don't got answers for you. At MT030508 says, I get drama fatigue sometimes. These characters have been through enough in the first 12 episodes. Stop torturing them and let them be happy together. Don't spend 4 more episodes torturing them. So I don't think melodrama is your genre.
True.
Just saying. This sounds like pure melodrama to me. Don't watch a melodrama then.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
At Chloe Buns says, the second male lead should win at least 25% of the time. Like, come on, all caps. It's literally a rare 2% that the second lead wins. How do you plead, Carol?
If the second lead is like an idiotic prime minister from Perfect Crown, he can eat rocks. Yeah, I don't really... No, I don't care for a second lead.
I don't care at all either. That's my thing. It's like, exactly. You're rooting for the second male lead in a really earnest way?
If they're
you
good?
Want him to win? And what is this win language?
Ooh.
Like it's a game?
Ooh, you have a point there. But I get what they're saying. I think they're saying, let them turn around and be the lead role.
Watch Love Alarm then. I see you thinking. Love Alarm is one of the worst K-dramas I've ever seen, by the way. But it had nothing to do with the second lead.
I got spared from that, so I'm good.
At Randy K says, I hate the slow burn aspect. I love tension, yes. But I don't need 25 episodes and them not together until 23 or 24.
Again, to the melodrama, I don't know. Find the shows that you do like.
Y'all need to find your genres. That's all I'm saying. At 9, veteran actors should stop being paired up with new actors that don't have half of their acting expertise, especially in romance. It's awkward and you can feel the very obvious gap performance-wise.
Veteran act. Okay. How do you feel about that?
I don't think I have an example in my head.
Would you say Encounter with Park Bo-gum? Or even like this No Tale, No Tell. No Tales to Tell.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I see.
You know, yeah. Kim Hae-yoon and Lamont.
I really don't have a strong opinion on that because how will we discover new faces and talent if they're not paired with someone who can bankroll the thing? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But I think they mean especially in romance. Okay. And I still don't have like a clear picture of what that looks like.
Yeah.
Also veteran actors. Like I would love to know more about what they think is a veteran actor. I saw you stand up straight. Oh my God. Okay. I didn't really mean that as like fighting words, but you can take it to mean however you want. But I didn't like the ending. Funny handle. They said, the K-dramas that usually don't have romance as their main genre are actually the ones where main leads have amazing chemistry and the actors/actress are stunning too. Like, why do they do this? Stop. At Robin, any other genre with a little side of romance is most of the time 100 times better than romance as the main plot.
I disagree with that one. I
don't like any of these takes. Like,
no.
Just watch a romance K-drama. I don't understand. You're upset that people have good chemistry and they're not romantically paired together in a drama? Like a crime drama, for instance?
Yeah, I don't get it. But
call the police. I don't know. At Sarah Wolf 809 says, nobody in these shows can read the room, ! Every character is so obtuse that they have 13 episodes of miscommunication and the friend group never sees they're in love. ! ! Really? ? There would be no drama if people weren't completely caught unaware or surprised about this pairing. Insert pairing here.
Yeah.
You must suspend a little disbelief, folks. A little bit. Any other thoughts on that one?
No.
Okay. At Bitter Melon, I need silly romance to be back. Nothing deep, very fun, and thrilling story is what I want, and actors who can translate that well.
But it comes out and you don't want it.
Yeah. I feel like there's still silly romance dramas.
Yeah, there are.
Nothing deep, very fun, and thrilling. The thrilling is what throws me off. I was like, you can have a really shallow story and very fun romance. Thrilling on top of it all, you're asking for too much. These things are oil and water.
I would love an example of that.
Yeah.
Bitter Melon, if you can tell us what's an example of a drama that fits your description.
Mm-hmm. At Brie, we do not need any more zombie K-dramas, in all caps.
As someone who doesn't watch them, I agree.
I love zombie K-dramas for consuming.
Really?
Yeah, I like zombies. But I think you either love them or you hate them. Like, there's no in between. Yeah. You either are a zombie person or you're not.
I'm not because I'm a scaredy cat.
It seems like Korea's a zombie person. They love a zombie.
Don't say.
Yeah. At Lorena7, I hated Itaewon class. The leads were absolutely insufferable.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Kim Da-mi in that show is completely insufferable. It's totally unlikable.
Yes. And Bohyun's character.
And Bohyun's the villain. Oh, he's so terrible. He's awful.
Park Seo-joon's haircut.
I still got a class action open on that. Because what the hell? What the hell? Awful.
That was a terrible haircut.
A terrible haircut. At Aiko Bernadette Palm says, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha is actually very lame and a way to tell women to stop caring about money or their careers to get married.
Wow. See, I think this would be an example of a drama for Bitter Melon.
Okay, yeah.
Shout, nothing deep, very fun, thrilling story.
Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha is not thrilling. That drama is the furthest from thrilling you can get.
I don't know what to tell you. I feel like that's what they meant.
I don't know where they're getting this propaganda out of Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. You could say the same thing about any drama.
That's true. But I felt like she still wanted money in the end.
She moved her fucking practice over there. It wasn't like she showed up empty-handed, quit her job, wasn't a dentist anymore.
Became a fisherman or like a jack of all trades like the guy.
Very confused about that take on Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. You can tell me it's lame. Sure. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Not that I agree, but sure. But the whole telling women to stop caring about money or their careers together, I'm like, what? All the ladies were employed. What are you talking about?
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. At New Beginnings 38. No, because Mr. Sunshine pissed me off. Lady Eishin got him unalived because she didn't go with him to the United States. He wouldn't have had to ask me twice.
Okay, New Beginning, go get your man. And that's it.
And some people just don't like melodrama. It can't handle it. So don't watch it. Mr. Sunshine, that's a prestige K-drama. It's amazing. And unfortunately, it's got a touch of tragedy at the end of the show. God forbid a lover dies for their beloved.
I wonder if...
God forbid.
New Beginning, do you watch C-dramas? Do you watch historical C-dramas? Let us know.
I mean, they might get mad.
Because she'd be pissed off.
They'd be pissed, yeah. At Chalant. I can't believe I put this in here. Scarlet Heart doesn't need a second season. Don't come for me.
Facts.
But also, I'll do you one better. Scarlet Heart didn't need a first season. Ooh! Moon Lovers is a remake of a Chinese drama originally titled Scarlet Heart. Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart Rio is a copy, and it's a lesser product, which you could argue the original C-drama is not an idol drama, but the Moon Lovers version is an idol drama. And I think that's a big disconnect for people.
Yeah.
Who go back to the OG well. And they're like, what is this? Everyone's ugly. I'm like, yeah.
Everyone's ugly? Isn't that the one people adore?
People love Scarlet Heart, but I think people get put off by it being older, an older drama.
Yeah.
It's not an idol drama. And it's in I think it's Qing Dynasty. So they got the half-shaven heads situation.
Okay.
People can't hang. They just can't hang. So that's what I have to say about Moon Lovers. At Jellyfish, I hate romance side plots. Like, just stick to your genre, please, instead of giving us a half-baked romance that has no chemistry.
Thank you.
I think the longer I've been in K-drama land, the more I'm like, yeah, I think I could use some genre purity sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
At Lenia, don't hate me, but True Beauty is one of the most lame K-dramas ever. The storyline, the cast, etc. The only person I could save from there, it's Hwang In-yeop.
To be honest, I couldn't even save Hwang In-yeop.
Oh!
Okie
dokie, no.
Yes.
At Sherry Leia says, Vincenzo is not all that. That drama was horrible. I would say horrible, but I also didn't like Vincenzo as much as the consensus. This is hysterical. Do you like Vincenzo?
No.
Okay. At Julie A&M says, most of them are glorified Hallmark movies.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these days, yeah. On Netflix,
for sure.
100%.
Yeah. At Purple Candy says, please, no more episode 14 and 15 splits with 2 years apart, with one of them going to a foreign country only for them to be reunited and to get back together during the final episode. Just let them work through their stuff. Also,
we talked about it.
Who wants to see that?
Exactly.
At Okpoji, Hospital Playlist is by far one of the best K-dramas, but everyone sleeps on it because there's no main overarching romance plot, and the romance plots that do happen are not the forefront of the series. Fair assessment, but also it's a slice of life show.
Yeah.
Not every slice of life is romance focused.
No. I really loved Hospital Playlist, and I love just how the leads of that show love that show.
It looked fun to make.
They loved it down. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just an emoji. So at rat emoji. Love Next Door was so bad.
Love Next Door was so terrible.
Girl, we have a whole podcast. It's a Patreon exclusive episode where we like debrief what the hell went wrong in Love Next Door. Yeah. At Elket7, I think the K industry have something against Ji Tang-wook because there's no way this man rarely win or get nominated for major awards. Like, they did him dirty for Worst of Evil. Some people are just fans, and you could say that. You could say you're a really big fan of Ji Tang-wook. He can do no wrong. You can't understand why he's not such a decorated actor.
Yeah.
At IG Mike J NR _ IU and Yoo Jin-gu in Hotel de Luna did not have chemistry for me. Yoo Jin-gu's acting was too dull.
I'm not a fan of both people.
See, I love Yoo Jin-gu, but I dropped Hotel de Luna. Dropped it like a bag of hot
did not like Hotel de Luna.
Neither did I. I'm not a Hong Sisters person. I do not like most of their dramas.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. At B Brit says, our beloved summer was a miscommunication nightmare and could have been 8 episodes. So here's what I'll say.
I know you love that show.
I love Our Beloved Summer. Love it. Yes, it could definitely be less episodes. 100%. Miscommunication nightmare? What are you talking about? Where? The whole thing is a second chance romance where they actually start communicating.
So that's what she means by they spent too much time miscommunicating.
The thing is, nightmare? Miscommunication nightmare?
Again, we're getting into the words we throw around.
Y'all are exaggerating. At Mima, when the phone rings was painful to watch. I watched it because I know the leads are great actors. Also, the supporting actors are promising, but they kept showing unrealistic, and inconsistent scenes that made the drama cringe. And a lot of parts of the story were being too forced. It was so cringe.
That's the drama. God forbid she fall off a cliff and still survive. Like, let her be.
No, I can't let her be. Girl, we had a whole deep dive on When the Phone Rings. And episode 6, you might as well have thrown me off the cliff because I was like, fuck that. No. At Laura, the rich family is fighting for control over their company. Ugh, enough already.
See, this one, I was kind of like, but that's what's happening in real life when you look at all these, huge companies. So that's not going to go away. And we love to see rich people fight.
Yeah. At Purple Cami. And I don't like when K-dramas write the male lead as a never been kissed, never had a girlfriend type of guy. And he's like 30. That's a big turnoff.
That's that purity culture thing again.
Culture. They want someone unsullied. Low body count, as they say. Little to no body count.
Yeah.
At Zaf, Yuina is a rom-com queen. They need to cast her in more major projects. She is naturally funny and such a lover girl. Her rom-com vibe isn't forced at all. Yes, put some respect on her name. That's freaking Queen Yuina. I love her. She has had her time in the early 2010s. That was her heyday. Love her down.
I agree.
Yeah.
But her projects, I don't know if it's the writing. She did that drama with Lee Dong-wook from Goblin.
Touch Your Heart.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's not what I got in the Goblin.
You don't like Touch Your Heart?
No.
So many people love that show. I've never seen it. I'm not an Lee Dong-wook person, and I'm not an office romance person. So
you're not an Lee Dong-wook person?
No, girl. No.
Now that's a hot take.
It's not really a hot take. It's not a hot take. We all have our actors that we gravitate toward. I never feel that way about Lee Dong-wook. And I respect the man. I think we probably have very similar personalities. Because he's like, I don't fucking want to deal with y'all. Y'all making me do stupid shit day in and day out to promote these shows. I'm like in my 40s.
That's true.
He's
like, just leave me alone.
He's the host of the Get Off My Lawn show. And I can co-host with him if duty calls. Yeah. I respect him. I like him.
I have to agree with you, except, this recent one where he and his niece never leave the house or something.
Is it
That's a good
shop
show.
for killers?
Yes.
Girl, I'm watching that later this year. That's coming up on the podcast feed.
Oh.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. That's a good show.
I can't wait to watch because I've heard good things about that one. And I like assassin thrillers because I think it's they're assassins. Okay. Anyway, at Akali says, I want Yua back in the industry. Yeah, get in line.
100%.
We all do. Yeah. At Simi Automatic says, Soin-guk is king, period. Very versatile, great to look at, and I love his YouTube videos. I was like, wait, YouTube videos? Do you know about this?
Yes, he has a whole channel.
Oh, girl, I do
his
not
videos.
live on YouTube the way most people do.
What? You need to get on it.
I know.
This is the rabbit hole. You watch them in their show, you watch their interviews, you go to YouTube, you watch all their ads and all their magazine interviews, and then you find their YouTube channel and you watch their YouTube channel.
Yeah, I haven't had that pipeline in a long time. It's maybe once a year that happens to me. It's not typical for me. It's a blank. Anyway, this person says, I never watched Queen of Tears because I thought the male lead was ugly and someone tried to dox me. I'm sorry that someone tried to dox you. That's totally unacceptable. Obviously, this is a safe space. We're not going to dox anybody. Don't dox people online. At Maki, so many leads, actors, and actresses can't act while there are so many who are stuck playing second lead and minor roles who are so good, but they never get the credit they deserve.
Preach.
This is global. This is not just for K-dramas. At Vintage K-Lover, I want the female lead to end up with the bad guy, the one that did everything for her, and send all that did her wrong to hell with his help. And I was like, you know what? Yes. Fly your freak flag. You know what I'm saying? Fly it high and proud. If you want the red flag to win and for the guy that's going to burn down the world to help her get the girl, sure. I respect the hell out of that.
I'm like, okay, do you?
Do you? At Sophia Madeline says, no matter how many green flag male leads I cheer for, the propaganda won't work for me. The misogynistic culture of South Korea is well ingrained and would still take decades of undoing.
I don't think this is fair because misogyny is everywhere.
I agree. That's not just unique to South Korea.
Yeah.
At Issa, Mr. Plankton wasn't that sad. If I see one more comment that y'all were sobbing, I'm going to crash out. Yes, it was sad, but not as sad as y'all are making it out to be. I'm tired. Like 5 Ds. Did you watch Mr. Plankton?
I did watch Mr. Plankton, and oh man, y'all are going to hate me, but I'm not a fan of the male lead.
Wait, you don't like Do-hwan?
Like
oh, girl. Ooh.
I like him sometimes, but I haven't what's a drama I should watch to be like, oh my God, Do-hwan, I get it.
Let me see.
Because I saw him in Temptation with, I think, Joy. And I was like, okay, I see something, but
girl,
okay.
I remember oh my God, Tempted from 2018, which was like Cruel Intentions.
Tempted, that's what I meant.
Story.
Yeah.
I liked Tempted a lot because they had so good chemistry. It was like really, really good. It was a setup that I understood. It went off the rails with like parental subplot.
Yeah.
And really, really jealous second leads. But I liked Tempted. And I remember going online to find out more. And everyone was like, this is the worst K-drama I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, oh, worst K-drama. Are you joking? And the thing
your
is,
heart just breaks.
my heart just broke. And I'm sure everyone has felt this way at some point where they're like, that was amazing. You know, they felt even more strongly than I did about Tempted. And they go online and everyone's bashing the show. And I was shocked. I tell you, shocked. Because I feel like I've watched really bad K-dramas in my time. Tempted was nowhere near the bottom. He's hot in that. Do-hwan is really hot in that. Really seductive in Tempted. He's very charming and he'll do...
Yes.
He did 2 parts in The King Eternal Monarch, which I also don't like that show at all. But Do-hwan is really good in that. He does duo roles because it's parallel worlds. So he's got a doppelganger in the other world that's totally opposite. Him in Save Me. Do you remember Save Me from 2017? About the cult?
Yes.
Oh my God. He is so good in Save Me. Really good. But that's like an ensemble cast situation. Oh, the show that I really want to finish. I wasn't in the mood to finish it. My Country, The New Age. From 2019.
That was a terrible show.
I only watched like the first 3, I think it was like 3 or 4 episodes. And I was like, this is very high budget and very, like a lot of stakes, high stakes. And I just didn't feel like going through that at the moment. So I dropped it. You're the first person that has told me that the show sucks.
It was just Cain and Abel in costume.
I got you. Everyone loves Bloodhounds. I have not managed to circle back and watch Bloodhounds.
I didn't hit play. No.
Okay. And then Mr. Plankton.
Because I don't like boxing. That's
you don't like Sorry. I'm like very American. Like I love Rocky. I love boxing stuff. I grew up on Rocky marathons every 4th of July. Wow. Doesn't like boxing.
No, I don't like body harm.
I guess I do. Sorry. I'm like trying to think. Like, do I love body harm? Okay. Also, Eddie says, I hated Mr. Plankton. She was just screaming every 5 minutes for no reason. And the end was obviously not good.
One way to get me pissed off is lack of emotional control. Like, I cannot. I hate
But you
screaming.
love Makjang. I don't understand how you can love Makjang and then get upset at characters that are underreacting or overreacting. You're like, regulate your emotions. You've said this multiple times. I don't understand you, Carol. What is this contradictory, like?
Let me live in the contradiction. There's a difference. There's a difference. If it's a Makjang, I know what I'm getting into. I know what I'm seated for. But if it's like a slice of life or a romance. You're a grown-ass person.
Girl.
Why can't you handle your emotions? It doesn't work for me. Sue me. That's all.
I can't with you sometimes, Carol. At Hope says, I instantly ditch it when I see white people in it, and then we jump from heavy Korean to struggling English. At Melanin to Medicine, great handle, says, random interjections of speaking English has prompted me to full-on drop a drama or 3 before. I see you laughing, Carol.
I just remember all the dramas with random English. I think the one that's coming to mind is Veronica Park in My Secret Romance? I think so.
Oh.
She was terrible English. And then Secret Garden had terrible instances of English.
You know, I think they would hate. So these people are totally going to hate my spoiler bumper because I have a bunch of those odd English interjections in it where it's like Lee Min-ho going, disgusting shit. And the girl from My Love from the Star. Oh my God, what's her name?
Jun Ji-yeon, yeah.
Yes. Her going, oh, sorry. Or the girl from Business Proposal going, you know, I have no chingu.
Now she's iconic. I love her.
Girl.
She just made it work.
At Yansilong says, old if anyone would agree. But can we have like more bromance without any female leads to cause romance? Like, I'm tired of when there is bromance, which I find more funny and entertaining. Then they introduce a female that involves falling for one of the guys. Like, bro, give me more bromance.
Just watch a BL and leave us alone.
Literally, that's what I was about to say. At K, this is fighting words, and we're almost to the end of this. Most 2016 dramas, y'all hype, aren't that good and do not stand the test of time.
Okay.
There's like a thinly veiled rage behind your eyes, Carol. But we're going to end on a high. At Nini, this is the last one. Last hot take. At Nini says, bring back OCN dramas in all caps. And I'm like, yes!
Yes!
Yes! Damn it.
Bring them back.
OCN used to mean something in this town.
Oh, they were so good.
So good.
Makers of Signal and Voice and Vampire Prosecutor 1 and 2. And yeah. OCN
There's
was
a
that
whole
girl.
mess of really good OCN dramas. That was the network to watch dark K-dramas on. Crimes, thrillers. That was it. Wow.
Yeah.
What a time.
They were really good.
What a time. And with that, we have come to the end of the Hot Takes episode. Carol, I think we covered a lot more ground. Matter of fact.
I think so too.
In this part 3.
I didn't think we would be talking for this long.
No, me neither. But Carol, do you have any closing words, any wisdom that you'd love to impart to us, to the listeners?
Enjoy what you enjoy. Look for the genres you love and stick to it.
Yeah.
Life is too hard. Just don't watch the things you don't like and you'll be good.
Notice patterns. Pattern recognition is key.
Yes.
You don't like this? Pivot. Try something else. Anyway, it's been real fun. Thank you so much for joining us on another Hot Takes episode. Carol, thank you so much for sitting through a little bit of torture again. Carol, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Instagram as Kdramas Musings. Please join me there. I have a lot of fun content and let me know what you thought of this episode in the DMs.
Perfect. Thank you again, and we out. That's been our show. I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.